Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Classroom of the Elite Season 3 episode number 8 reaction. Alright, the previous episode, a few things happened. First of all, we get to see Ainokoji talk to Ichinose about the whole situation, and Ichinose told him about how that whole thing with what's his name, Nagumo, and he talked to him about it and said how she needs that extra point so that she can keep her class safe and all that, a few things like that. Also, we Anukoji got to know from Kei that the whole class is planning to actually expel him, and obviously he had to do something at that point to stop this. So he decided to talk and ask, not I wouldn't say ask help, but he like talked to Manabu and told him to talk to Horikita, and Horikita had a conversation with her brother, and after that she decided to actually step up. And yeah, then she comes to class, she comes in front of everyone, and she's like, you know what, guys, I can tell you who you need to expel, Yamauchi. And here is what I think is going to happen. I said this in the previous episode. Since people try to not take responsibility for like stuff like this, which they have to do, but it's a bad thing, I think they will probably actually listen to Hoikita, because that will be just them not taking any responsibility. Like they can just tell that, oh, it was Horikita's plan. They themselves will be free from any guilt or their own conscience. That is why I feel like they might actually jump on this. I don't know. Like, this is just what I think. Let us see what happens in today's episode. This is episode number 8. So yeah, I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here, sync it to whichever is a preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Interesting. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Well, yeah, but oh, oh wow, that's great. Well, they cannot speak because they will be under fire. So yeah, obviously nobody wants to. Don't talk about Koenji. Yeah, but exactly, like, don't, please. Is he going to target Anakoji now? I feel like he might. Okay. Oh, he's afraid. He's afraid. He's like, oh no, did she know about Sakanagi? Ah, there you go. Well, cat's out of the bag. Yeah, and that too because Sakanagi told him to. Wow. I guess that Horikita doesn't know about that. Yeah, then and you just like listening to them. Who? Oh, oh my god. Hey yo, this is going in a bad direction. Everyone's blaming everyone. No, nobody's going to. Bruh. Hmm. Your face. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Well, because oh, she knows about it. Okay, here we go. All right, then it's over. It's over for you, man. Pack your bags. Pack your bags. It's over. She actually knows about it. And everyone saw him go with Sakanagi. Shut the hell up. Wow, he just did all of that for that. This guy is just exactly. That's a very good reason why we. Yeah, that's like the that's the nail in the coffin. Yup. Urikita girl, bro. Oh god, here we go. It's over. Yeah. Okay, then what do you propose? Exactly. Like who else? So who else? Who do you propose that we expel? I feel like Hirata's going to like Hirata looks a little bit. There is one, but we don't have enough proof. Oh. Uh, yo, I Kushida's just crazy. The way she's lying is just oh boy. But we know that we've seen her in action. There is another one, but Oh, here we go. I knew Hirata's gonna say something. Okay, let's see. So you have a better way? Exactly. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, here we go. There we go. His. Yeah. Bro, shut up! Let him talk! Yeah, exactly. Just shut the hell up and sit down. Yeah. Like if you have a better plan, you can. Yeah, what? Okay. Like that's just, yeah. Oh really? So you think not acting is a better thing to do? Like just keeping your hands clean is a better thing. I Okay, I'll talk about this later. Yeah. Yeah, you cannot keep your hands clean. Okay, I really disagree with Hirata's opinions here. I'll talk about it later. Like what he's doing is literally like trying to, like he's like, oh, okay, I'll talk about it later. Who the hell is this girl? I don't remember seeing her. This girl. Or maybe I have seen her, I've forgotten. Yeah. Oh god. Hmm. He's just like, I cannot. Hmm. That is true, you know. However, like bad it sounds. He's getting his whole thing back again. That whole, ruins attitude. Bruh. I don't think he'll be expelled. He has a plan, I think. I don't know. Like, he was awfully confident with the whole conversation with Horikita. Huh. Who is she talking to? Okay. Oh. Mm. Oh my god. Oh, Nagumo. I doubt that. But, he wants to. He didn't even ask the question. Great. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, who is this? Okay. Hmm. The project. Bruh. Yeah, that is true. Hmm. Okay. All right, here we go. This whole atmosphere. Okay. Ooh, this is gonna be big. I feel like we're just forgetting the fact that other class will also vote. Like, the good votes. You're just riling him up at this point. Really? Oh no, you idiot. Oh god, you idiot. Are you dumb? You think they're gonna do that? You're betraying your class. You don't think they can betray you? Are you dumb or something? Like what's wrong with you? Positive get. Okay, let's see. Third place. I'm pretty sure K will be there. Bro. Okay. Yeah, it's understandable. Like, yeah, I also didn't expect him to get any negative votes for that, but I do wonder. Is it Anakoji? It'll be kind of funny. I knew it. I knew this was going to happen. He got all the positive points from other classes. You idiot. You idiot. Other classes. I told you from the beginning that'll be the thing. Bruh. Okay, is it Yamon? You idiot. You oh god, this guy's a clown. Oh my god. Shut up. Just you betrayed your own class. Are you dumb? Are you dumb or something? You betrayed your own class and you expect others to don't betray you? What logic is this? Shut up, go back, go home. Oh, you idiot. You think you can do anything to Goenji? Just this off. Ugh. Absolutely crazy. Like he had no qualms about betraying our class, and now he's doing this. I cannot feel any type of sympathy for him. Who? Probably not. That was all a. Yeah, yeah. That's what he's doing. She's doing. She said like, and I need to keep the king. That meant for Ainokoji and Katsuragi as well. Obviously, he's not going to. She's not going to give the positive points to Yamauchi, who's going to be a problem. Toska a nun. What? Oh, this girl. Okay, so Ichinose was able to. Mm. Okay, let's see what happened. Mm. Ibuki was here as well, I'm guessing. Yep, there she is. Where's the letter? No, no, no. He's telling you to design to be so that you can save someone. Also. Wait, is okay. Okay, who did she call? Ayano. Okay, she called Ayano. Over 5 million. Okay. What? Ichino-san? Yeah, I was thinking because she also needs like 4 million, but then how? Wait. Have them submit. Oh! Oh, that is actually a great. That was a great plan. Oh wow, yeah, you know what? That works. Yeah, okay, wow. Nah, that's she needs to do that. Yeah, yeah. Mm. But here's the thing, yeah, she's correct. She could also become a target, like Ibuki could have become a target for the negative force because. Mm, okay, it worked out. You have one Takanagi. Okay. Wait, are we having the opening now? What? When are we going to have the ending then? What is this? This is one of the most weirdest things. They could have just used. Couldn't they just use the ending? What's happening? Why are we getting the end opening now? Okay. Hmm. Like I was thinking that yeah, Ichinose's group has like needs like 5 million more. That amount of points Ruin has. I was thinking, can they like fuse their points together or something? And that's what I was thinking. But I completely forgot that, yeah, Ichinose has her whole class under her leadership. Whatever she'll say, they'll do it. So she could easily tell them to give all the positive votes to Ruin. I completely forgot that. And it works out like that, exactly. Nobody could do something like that except Ichinose, because Ichinose and her group is the only class where she has like the trust of everyone. Everyone will listen to her. That makes her like a threat to be reckoned with, if you think about it. Like, no other class has this power. Even in Sakanagi's class, I'm sure there's a few people who doesn't, okay, that's it, agree with her or would listen to her. But Ichinose's class is not like that. In that sense, if you think about it, in that sense, Ichinose is the strongest. Like, there's definitely a whole, like, for example, Sakanagi's class A. There's a group of, like, Katsuragi, there's a group of Sakanagi. So it's not that every single person listens to Sakanagi or Katsuragi. Even in our group, like, we don't really have a leader. So, like, if people don't like it, they won't like really listen to whatever is happening. Ruin's group, you know what has happened. Nobody, like, at first Ruin was that person, but since he ruled through fear, it didn't work. He wasn't able to go a long way, so, unlike Ichinose, who ruled through positivity and, like, compassion and kindness, Ruin was the complete opposite. He ruled through fear, which is why it backfired by the end of it. And it just broke, and his whole class is just like, there's no proper leader, and it's just like that. So in that sense, Ichinose's class, she is a threat. Like, she's a threat to all the other classes in that sense, because under her whole class listens to her, and she can actually do something crazy, like tell her whole class to vote for someone and they'll do it. And obviously, like I'm pretty sure, like, since it was a positive thing, they did it. But still, Ichiro is not the type of person who would try to incite her class to do something negative, and everyone has that minimum amount of trust in her, so they all trust her blindly. So it pretty much works out, like, very nice. And this is what I was just saying, that if in her class anyone was expelled, this trust wouldn't stay. There would a little chunk, a little crack would appear in that trust, and that crack would widen more and more and more as days would go by, and the whole class would crumble. And so it was extremely necessary. Obviously, Ichinose just wanted to save her friends, but in a more strategic perspective as well, if you think about it, it was necessary for her class, for nobody to be expelled. Because one expellation means someone will mistrust someone else. They will be like, oh no, who put the negative votes on me, and I got expelled and stuff like that. They'll just think. So yeah, so thankfully that didn't happen. In a humane perspective, in a morality wise perspective, and in a strategic perspective, their class needed to be held together, and no expulsion, like, no expulsion should have been allowed, and that's exactly how it went. And also Ruin's class as well, like, that was really good. I wasn't expecting that. Like, I was thinking, how can they do it? Like, I did kind of think that, yeah, it's kind of interesting, because Ruin has like 4 million or something, while Ichinos has like 21 million. So it kind of, not 21, sorry, 20. So wait, how much did they need? 30 million, didn't they? Oh yeah, I think she has like 26 million or something. Whatever, she was like missing 4 million. So it kind of fit perfectly. So I was like, wait, did they like combine their points or something? But then how would that work? Even if they combine their points, how would that work out? Like, like their class are going to do individual votes. But then when Ayano Koji was like, oh, you tell your class to vote all the good points to Ruin, I was like, oh yeah, that's the way. That is how they could do it. So both are gaining something, and yeah, it worked out perfectly. And she didn't even need Nagumo's help as well. And I'm guessing, that part where Ichinose called Nagumo, and she's like, oh, I'm going to wait up until the very end. I'm guessing immediately after that, Ayano Koji called her and told her to come. And then she came, and then she had this whole planning with Ayano Koji and Ruin's group, and it worked out perfectly. That's what happened. I do wonder how Nagung is feeling about this. Like, I'm pretty sure he was confident that Ichinosu is going to ask him for help by the end. But then this happened. This should be interesting to see what he thinks about this now. Right. That was the first thing, the biggest thing in this episode, that part. Now, another thing I need to talk about here, Yamauchi. So, here's the thing. I need to talk about Hirata. I'll do that later. First, let me talk about Yamauchi. Yamauchi is a character who I don't know what the hell, like I could see a few of his friends sympathizing with him and cooperating with him. But here's the thing. I genuinely think someone like him who decided to sell his whole class out just because Sakanagi said that, oh, I'm going to go out with you, that is one of the most unforgivable things you could have done. So you decided to screw over a whole class, 30 or so students, because someone from a different class told you that they'd go out with you. What the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? But you know what? I feel like this is something that a lot of people might do actually. Like that's how crazy people are. Like they do anything for like someone of their opposite gender giving a little attention to them. They literally do everything, for a little amount of attention. So I guess in that sense, it's pretty damn normal what he did, because some people would actually do this. But still, you decided to like do something like this, betray your class in this sense, in a way. I guess he wasn't really betraying the whole class, but he did try to kind of, like mess up the whole thing. But it is betrayal at the end of the day if you think about it. Like today he did that to Ayano Koji, tomorrow he'll do that to someone else, that kind of thing. Like if I'm pretty sure if Sakanagi, like not now, if later on Sakanagi told him that, oh, you have to betray the other guy, those two guys, what's his name, Sudo, and the other guy, I forgot his name, well, those two were trying to cover for him and trying to, like, you saw that they were trying to cover for him. If I feel like if Sakanagi told him later on to betray them as well, he'd do that as well. Obviously he'll hesitate, he'll probably be like, oh no, like, and then, but at the end of the day he'll do it. I feel like that's the type of person this guy is. I don't know, like that's just my impression. But either way, I just really hated that whole, like, that thing. And that is why I also was 100% I would say I was 100% what's that word? I was 100% agreeing with Horikita and Horikita's decision of expelling him, because and another thing, if you have to think about it from the from the perspective of the whole class, he's someone who would bring harm to the class. And a class like this, a school like this, someone like this, if they exist in your class, that'll be a problem. Another one such, one such person is Kushida, but we cannot do anything to Kushida now. He is a she is a problem as well. We need to expel her as well, but we cannot do anything now because we don't have any type of proof, or she has a huge what is that? A huge power, I wouldn't say, but like positive image, that, and a lot of connections that'll probably help her get out of messy situations. You saw she got like the 3rd place or whatever. So yeah, in no way can we take out Kushida. We can take out Yamauchi though at this point, however not Kushida. So I agreed with Horikita about like the whole explanation of Yamauchi, and I think like I guess it was necessary by the end of it. And yeah, like I don't care, you can say that he was naive, this and that, blah blah blah, but when you try to like screw someone over, you should be prepared to get screwed over yourself. That is my more like, that is the way I see this. If you try to do something to someone, you should be expecting the others to do that to you. Otherwise you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do something to someone or something unless and until you are completely okay with others doing that to you. So that is my logic. So he tried to like betray someone in our class. So if the whole class betrayed him, I guess that it's not like the whole class. It's actually Sakayanagi who betrayed him, which is even more poetic because he had so much confidence and then it's just gone. And yeah, so I 100% agree with this. I don't know, like I really like, this is the thing, like I'm a type of person who like really, like anime characters, like even like villainous anime characters, if they have like a proper motive and like a actual reason and like some kind of like a convincing backstory or something, like a reason for them to be like pardoned, I kind of pardon them. I don't really care that much, about certain people who do certain bad things. If they have like a proper understanding, obviously I can understand that, yeah, this guy is bad, that I can understand, but I can understand the reasoning behind it. I'm not really that mad at most of the like villainous anime characters that we see in animes, because most like just think about it, most animes the villains are, by the end of it you can understand them and you can understand their logic and you can understand like why they did this, why they decided to go on this path. It's understandable, even though what they did, it was wrong. That is obviously the universal truth, what they're doing is wrong, but still you can understand the motive behind it, so I'm pretty calm with that. However, when characters like this appear in once and like now and then in animes, I absolutely hate them, and I cannot just look at them. Like people who are this, just what can I say? Like who do this type of like stupid crap. So I'm glad that he's gone. I don't know what about you guys, but I'm actually glad that he's gone. uh but who knows, maybe, I don't know, like I you know what, I don't think he can come back after this. Like the only way you can bring him back is if you use the points, but who even has that amount of points here? I don't think anyone has it now, so I don't think he'll be back. Or maybe I'm wrong, maybe, what, we'll see. And even if he somehow come, which I doubt, even if he somehow comes back, the whole class is going to hate him. And that's the truth of this. The whole class will hate him. He won't have any place in this class. So that's that. Okay, that was the whole thing with Yamauchi. So yeah, I absolutely hate Yamauchi. I'm glad that he's just gone. Like, and I find it hilarious that he was like, oh, you know what? You guys are idiots. Ha ha, Sakayanagi is going to help me. She promised me she'll give me the positive points or from all the class if I help her out. Ha ha ha, screw you guys. Like, even if you all like voted for me negatively, I'll be fine. Ha ha. And then, then when she realizes that he's the one in the last, he's like, wait a minute, this is not how it should go. Like, what about Sakayanagi? Like she should give me the positive points, and I'm like, are you dumb or something? You expect you expect to betray your class, and you expect someone who you have never known, they'll not betray you. You think that Sakanagi will not betray you? You absolute dumbass. Just if that's your logic, then I'm actually glad you've been expelled, because this type of logic and this type of dumb logic that you have, I'm actually surprised how he survived up until now. How? How did he survive? That in itself is a miracle. Like, if this is his logic, if this is how his brain works. Anyways, yeah, so there you go. That's that. And I love how in the end he tried to attack Koenji, and Koenji's like, bro, you wanna do this? Come on, let's go out. And he just realizes that how good god, like I really hate these type of characters, and I'm actually glad that he's gone. But then again, like I said, this is Classroom of the Elite. I don't know, maybe he'll be back somehow. That'll be kind of weird, but who knows. I doubt that, but still. Okay. Now the other thing to talk about, Hirata. Now Hirata, obviously you can see, I think I can see what he was going with. So he's the type of person who wouldn't want to just like abandon someone. We've seen this from the very first season. He's the type of person who would like to avoid abandoning people and like betray others or something like that. I'm guessing it probably has something to do with his past. Maybe he was betrayed, maybe he was abandoned, something must have happened, or maybe he was the one who did it to someone and then realized his mistakes. That's why he's like like he suffers from that, and that's why he tries not to do it. And when he sees other people doing it, he gets mad. So I can see that from the very first season. You can see he's the type of person who would want everyone to survive. You know, like the reason behind it can be in his past, probably is in his past, which we still don't know. So that is pretty clear. And you can see now he kind of snaps here. So what he does here is that he says something like, oh, Horikita, since you're the one rallying the people, you're the one who should be expelled in this situation because you're the one who's spreading this negativity. Kind of like that, he kind of says. Where is that part? I'm going to read this part. Okay, here we go. We have no right to pass judgment on our classmates. Just what are you getting at? Maybe you're the one who shouldn't be here. Rallying others to make someone down, take someone down is unacceptable behavior. Okay, this whole section. So, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's something in his past. Someone probably did something like this either to him or to someone he's close to. That is why he absolutely hates these type of behavior. But here's the thing, what Hirata is saying here is in no way acceptable. I absolutely hate this type of logic as well. So basically what he's saying is that we should just, like, what is she trying to even say? Like, first of all, if you don't have a proper way of getting out of this situation, if you don't have a proper solution, you cannot say something like this to someone who's trying to at least do something about it. You're just sitting down, you have no solution to this problem. And when someone is trying to dirty their own hands to make something, to do something, because obviously someone will have to dirty their hands, unlike you who's just sitting down, twiddling your thumbs, doing nothing and just wallowing in self-pity. If that's who the hell are you to lecture her about what she's doing? You yourself have no better plan. Like, I was like, come on, man, Hirata. Like, if this is what you're saying, you have a better way of doing this? Come on, tell us. If you have a better way of doing this, if you have a better, like a way where everyone will be happy, like it'll be like a fairy tale, like, oh, like happy ending, everyone's happy, like hand in hand, just laughing and jumping around. If there's an ending like this, can you please enlighten us and tell us how to do it? Because what you're saying here is basically you're trying to just make someone you're trying to blame someone who's at least trying to do something about it. Like this is the thing. So it's just, I don't know. Like, I really, I'm like, again, I'm pretty sure that why he's saying all of this is because something might have happened in his past related to something like this. That is why he probably has this whole way of looking down on people who does stuff like this. But still, it doesn't help in this situation. At least it wouldn't help your logic of this whole positivity thing that you're like basically that's what he was saying. He's like, oh, you are rallying other people to do this, so you're the one who's with the problem. Actually, no. Horikita's the one who had the courage to stand up in front of everyone and actually do something about it. She had the courage to be the villain in that situation. All of you people who's just sitting down doing nothing, just whispering behind everyone's back, you guys don't have the courage to be the villain. She at least had that. She had the courage to be the villain, and that is someone who is a good leader. A good leader is the type of person who would obviously be good in general, obviously, but at the same time, a good leader should also be someone who wouldn't shy away from taking hard decisions, because they are who everyone looks up to. If the leader struggles or acts like this, like Hirata is acting, that's not a good leader. So that is what it is. It's just Horikita's way. At least I see it in a better light. What she did there was the correct thing. Obviously, what she was doing there was obviously wrong. As Chabashira Sensei said, this whole test might seem unfair to you guys, but that's reality, guys. Grow up. This is what's going to happen when you're going to go out in the outside world. Nobody's going to, give you a fairy tale happy ending to everything. Sometimes you might need to take these decisions. So, in that type of a situation, Horikita was the only one who stood up and decided to be the villain. And I respect her for that, and I respect the fact that she actually did something. Unlike everyone else here who's just sitting down. Someone plotting behind someone's back, someone's just sitting down twiddling their thumbs. Like everyone else, like each people was doing it, like their things. So yeah, in that sense, I applaud Horikita for that. No, not Hirata, who was just sitting down doing nothing about the situation, and when something like this pops up, he gets mad. No. So at least that's how I see this, because like someone has to take that step. Someone has to. And if you think that is actually rallying other people's behind, no, that is not that is not the reality. Try to look at the situation in a proper way. So yeah, there you go. So that is what I think about the whole Hirata situation. So yeah, I agree with Horikita and I disagree with Hirata over there. Again, like a lot of people might have a lot of other opinions for it, but this is just my opinion. This is how I see it. Doing nothing sometimes is trying to be in the neutral or doing nothing sometimes is worse than actually doing the negative. When you do nothing, you're trying to just be in the background and trying not to be responsible for anything. So it takes courage to be the person responsible, and Horikita took that courage. And yeah, someone like you who took no steps up until the very end and was just couldn't do anything, you don't have the right to tell this to Horikita, who at least tried to do something. So yeah, there you go. Either way, that was that. Now a few other things you can I have to talk here. Okay, the whole thing with Sakayanagi. So you can see Sakayanagi says something interesting in the end. She's like, yeah, obviously the person, what was that? What is that word? The pieces. Yeah, the pieces on the board, which should be no. Where is that part? I cannot remember what she actually exactly said. She said something like, oh, obviously the king should be there up until the very end, or something like that. Okay, where is it? Okay, here we go. Yes, the king really must remain until the end. Now, this line, obviously, it means that she's saying that anyone who's worthy enough should be the one who should be here. So the unworthy people should be out. So if you think about it like that, in no way Sakayanagi had the plan of like expelling Katsuragi. In no way was that the plan. She never had that plan. She was targeting someone who would be a hindrance to their class. Same with a class C as well, which is Ayanokoji's group. Same with that. She told Yamauchi this, and obviously she planned on just putting all negative votes for Yamauchi, probably like that. Not negative votes, sorry, to not give any positive votes to Yamauchi at all. And I'm pretty sure she told her group and she herself to vote for Ayanokoji. And probably Katsuragi as well. Who knows? So yeah, that's probably what. Oh no, not Katsuragi. Oh yeah, Katsuragi. Yeah, because they're in the same class. She can give the positive votes for. Yeah, that's what I think. What happened? So she probably voted all the good points, or she told her group to vote for Katsuragi, the good points. She told her class, or the not class, but her group, to give all the good points to other classes to Ayanokoji, and that's what she did. Because her plan was to keep those two in, because they are worthy enough, they're important. That's what she did. Obviously, Yamauchi, she told Yamauchi that I'm going to give you the points, but obviously she's not going to do that because, yeah, he isn't worthy enough, I guess. So that was that. Now, Ryuen's situation, we all saw what happened. Ryuen didn't have the point. He was like, oh, I'm going to get expelled. And he probably already, really got ready for it. He thought that, yeah, it's inevitable at this point. So Ibuki got all the points from him and contacted Ayanokoji. Katsuragi, before that, Ibuki and Katsuragi went to Ayanokoji, talked to him about it. And Ayanokoji's like, come on, man, what can I do in this situation? And then he's like, all right, you know what? I can at least show you the way. So you have 4 million, and they're like, yeah. And she's like, he's like, okay, get the 4 million from him. And that's why we see that scene where Ibuki comes and gets the 4 million from Ryuen. And they come back to Ainokoji, and Ainokoji calls Ichinose. Ichinose comes back, and here we go. The remaining amount Ichinose has, the remaining amount, and the other amount Ibuki has, fuse it together, and I'm guessing Ibuki transferred all the points to Ichinose. And Ichinose was like, don't worry, I'll tell my whole class to put the good votes for Ryuen. So that is how Ryuen was saved. It doesn't matter how much negative votes Ryuen can get, like a whole class worth of positive points, which is class B, Ryuen is going to get. So it doesn't matter even if her class tries to go against him. So he'll be saved. However, there was one risk here which Ibuki knew herself, is that she might get voted out. Because I think like that girl kind of said something like, that girl that was kind of sneering at her said something like, oh, you're the second most a person likely to be voted out. So maybe there was a possibility that Ibuki might have gotten voted out as well, but I'm guessing that girl herself had a pretty bad reputation as well. So she was the one who went out. And unlike Ibuki, who wasn't voted out. So she got voted out, and it just backfired on her. That was that. So yeah, what other class? I think that was it. And obviously Ainokoji was the first, because even if nobody, maybe like a very few amount of people in our class gave vote to Ainokoji, she had the backing of Sakayanagi. I'm pretty sure it was Sakayanagi's class who gave all the votes to her. Because just think about it. Ichinose's group gave all the votes, like the other votes, all the other class votes to Ryuen. And Ryuen, I'm thinking, what did Ryuen's class do? Ryuen's class gave all the votes to the other class, which I do wonder which votes, like the other class votes, what Ryuen's group did with that. I do wonder. I don't know about that. But Ichinose's group gave all the votes to Ryuen's class. I don't know about Ryuen's class, what they did. And who else is left? Yeah, Sakanagi's class only. So Sakanagi's class definitely gave, or at least Sakanagi's group definitely gave the positive points to Ainokoji. So Ainokoji became the top, even if in his own class, I doubt many people voted for him. The people who voted for Ainokoji, like the positive votes, were probably our group, our little group that we have, Ainokoji's little group, Sakura, that girl, I forgot a lot of their names. They probably voted, gave all the positive votes to each other. I'm pretty sure Horikita also gave Ainokoji the vote, because I'm pretty sure Horikita was thought that, since he's being targeted, he might, maybe, I'm not really sure, and other than that, I'm not 100% sure what others did. Like, probably the votes were scattered around here and there, the positive votes. We all know how the negative votes went to. A lot of people voted for Yamauchi. Probably a chunk of people voted for what's her name, Horikita, and that's it. In class C, that's probably what happened. I doubt many people voted for Ainokoji. I doubt many people, negative votes I'm talking about, many people voted for Hirata. So I'm pretty sure it broke off like that. A little bit to Horikita, a little bit to Yamauchi, and Yamauchi's was the maximum one, and he was the one who got voted out. And yeah, I don't know, something like that, I think. And yeah, there you go. So that's what I think. And yeah, that was a great episode. That was a very interesting episode, because I was thinking, how are they going to do this? Ichinose's class, then Ryuen, how is that going to work? But it worked out perfectly, because yeah, Ichinose has the power. She has the power of actually telling her whole class, and her whole class will listen to her. Because her way of doing things is a positive way, and everyone has a trust in her. So it doesn't matter. She doesn't rule through fear. She rules through kindness. That is why people have the trust, and she has that power. That is why. And yeah, there you go. That is where it ended. And you know what? I feel like that whole section with Hinata, when Hinata snapped and he's like, "Oh, then I'm going to vote for you, Horikita." He himself realized that it's pointless to, like do that, because he knew. Like, I'm pretty sure the next day he came and he was like, "You know what? It's not going to work. I might have like voted negatively to Horikita, but it doesn't. Nobody's going to do that." And I'm pretty sure nobody did that, because Yamauchi, the fact, as soon as the fact came out that Yamauchi and Sakanagi has been working together, a lot of people voted for him immediately, and I'm pretty sure about that. So Horikita, I'm pretty sure Hirata thought in the end that, yeah, that was a wastage. I couldn't, like there's no point in, I just snapped and just said something like that. But yeah, nobody really would vote for Horikita. And I don't know what, he thinks about it. And here's another thing. I feel like Hirata knew that what he was saying here was just, like, what can I say, like a ideal thing. Like, as Horikita said, you're talking in, what did she say, what was that exact word that she used? I think black. Where is that? Here we go. You shouldn't be here. Rallying others. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you're speaking platitudes. Here we go. This sentence. And I think Hirata realized that as well. But he probably has, like I said, it's something in his past, definitely, that makes him completely abhor the fact that someone would do something like this. Like, he agrees that, yeah, I understand, yeah, I know Yamauchi did something bad, but at the same time he also says that, but what you're doing is also not acceptable. Like, he knows both the parties are wrong, but he's not able to accept. And I'm pretty sure he also knows that what Furikita is doing was the only way to do something here. But I don't know, maybe, like something in his past made him hate this thing, like this whole manipulation, as he said, rallying the whole class to jump on someone. He probably hates this thing, like from the bottom of his heart. That's why he wasn't able to accept it, even though this was the only way, I guess. And yeah, I do think this is something probably in his past. Maybe something like this happened to him. Maybe like a whole class jumped on him and decided to, make him the scapegoat or something. Or maybe this happened to someone he was close to. I would bet that it was something that happened to him, because he probably was a nice guy, but since he has his looks and everything and he's popular, probably, like, I don't know, like a lot of people were jealous of him and made him the scapegoat of some kind of a situation. And that is why he absolutely hate this fact that someone would rally the whole class to jump on someone. This act in itself is something that he hates. That is why, even though in this situation it wasn't really bullying in that sense, it was just we had to do it, still, the thing in itself, the process in itself, like, made him disgusted from his bottom of the heart. So yeah, I might be completely wrong though. Who knows? But either way, that is what I think. Unless until we get to know his past, we can just keep guessing. So let's wait. Um, right. Either way, yeah, that was this episode. Now, I think I'm going to end it here, because I think like I talked about most of the things. I don't have anything else to talk about here. I think I covered everything. You know what? Let me just see if I missed something quickly. Let me just see. Oh, that part with Kushita was pretty damn funny. Where this part was hilarious. Where, like, little by little, everything comes out. At first, when, like, what happened, like what Horikita does at the beginning was, like, she's like, "Oh, Yamauchi, you're, rallying votes to go against Anakoji, aren't you?" And he's like, "Oh, it's not only me." And he looks back, and they're also like, and like they're also talking with each other. They're kind of blaming each other, and then Kushida, I love how Kushida just kind of, like, giving them the side eye, kind of looking at them, seeing if they're going to mention her name, and they actually did. And that's when Kushida's like, "Oh no, this is bad." And obviously she starts her acting. She just goes down like this, and she's like, "How could you, Yamauchi-kun? How could you? You're blaming me." And underneath the desk, her face is like this. She is fuming. She's like, "These guys, how dare they? I'm gonna make their life living hell." you know. Oh god, that was funny. Oh boy. She just does this and she's just fuming underneath, acting as if she's crying, but underneath, like she's just mad. Oh god. Right. And obviously, she has a huge reach. She has so much positive influence. Like, she has so much influence on everyone. Who's going to trust Yamauchi? Like, you bring Kushida in front of our class and you bring Yamauchi in front of our class. Who's going to trust Yamauchi and not Kushida? Obviously, probably a few of his friends is going to trust Yamauchi. That's it. Everyone's going to trust Kushida. And so, there you go. That's, yeah, nothing you can do about it. And that's why I'm saying she has too much influence. And we need to bring her out as well and expel her as well. But we need like proof, solid proof, and to lower her influence somehow. Like otherwise we need preparation for that. And like, we cannot really do anything at this point. Right. So that part was pretty funny. That whole Kushida section. And yeah, and then the whole conversation about who is worth, like, who have not really contributed anything to this class comes up. And he's like, oh, but my other friend. And here's another thing you can see. It's just so, what can I say? So, I don't know, like, so cheap. Is that the word? Like how he immediately tried to put his friends under the bus when like Horikita's like, oh, you haven't contributed anything, and he's like, oh, like my friends also haven't contributed anything. What about them? Like he immediately did that, like without any like moment, without like he didn't even hesitate, just to save his own skin. That is also like I really don't like this guy. He's just completely. He's like one of those characters that I absolutely hate. He reminds me of Shinji from Fate, one of the characters I absolutely hate. Like he has that type of a character, and I really hate that type of character, people like that, and he's one of them. And I cannot really stomach him at all. Right. Either way, and then I love how for a moment he also like points at Koenji and Horiko's like, yeah, you're talking about Koenji, like. He has helped us out a lot of times. And what have you done? Like, he actually has the skills to back up his things. For a moment, I was actually thinking he might go for Ayanokoji, but he actually didn't do that. I guess he was so rattled, he didn't even think about it. But even if he did that, I doubt it would have worked because, Ayanokoji also has contributed enough. He doesn't contribute too much, but he doesn't contribute too less as well. He's like average. He keeps it average. So yeah, like he couldn't do anything like that as well. So there you go. And then obviously the whole Hirata situation happens, all that stuff. And I feel like a lot of girls actually saw, like how Hirata acted and their whole mental image of Hirata being that shoujo manga / shoujo anime character guy. Those guys in the shoujo manga animes, they have this sparkly like aura around them, this whole that kind of thing is just like at least they know that he's not like that. He has like some deep stuff within him, but I doubt that will make them like look at him in a lesser way, because I doubt that like he is a good guy at the end of the day if you think about it. So yeah, I doubt that will really hamper. Like, yeah, a lot of people might like look at him in a different way, but it won't really hamper his image or anything, something like that. Because, like I said, it is true that he is actually trying to help the class, but at the same time, his way of thinking is wrong. So in that sense, he is a good guy, but he probably has some stuff in his past which is kind of making him like that. And yeah, he has like a very like weird way of looking at the whole situation. So yeah. Either way, yeah, that was that. And yeah, and then we get to see that whole scene with Ibuki and that girl, and then the whole Ryugen part. I talked about all of these stuff. And then Ichinose, that section, we got to see. And then Sakayanagi talking to her friends, and Sakayanagi commenting on how the king should be there up until the very end. And then the rallying of votes. I love how Yamauchi was so confident. He's like, aha, you dumbasses, even if you voted for me negatively, Sakayanagi would give all the positive points to me. And I'm like, yeah, she's definitely going to do that. I have no doubt she's going to do that. Exactly. Oh boy. And yeah, so there you go. And after that, this part is hilarious. At first, they're like, okay, let me tell the positive. Okay, yeah, the positive, like votes. Number three is wait, who was number three? Wait. I just forgot. Oh, Kushida, yeah. Kushida's number three. Then Hirata's number two. And everyone was a bit surprised. They were like, "Wow!" Even though that happened, Hirata's still number two. But then again, like I said, he has a positive influence on the class. And not only that, at the end of the day, he's still doing stuff because he cares for the class. He wants everyone to be okay. He wants the class to be together. Unlike you, Yamauchi, who decided to conspire against us, with some other class members. So yeah, and there you go. And then obviously number one, and I was like, yeah, it's definitely going to be Ayano because who else is it going to be? Even if he didn't get enough votes from this class, Sakanagi and her group, she definitely told her group to vote for Ayano. And I was thinking maybe Ichinose's group as well would have voted for him, but then we get to know that Ichinose's group voted for Ryuen, so that's out of the whole equation. So it's probably Sakanagi and her group that voted for him, the positive votes. So and Yamauchi's like, wait, what? And then immediately Chawashira Sensei is like, and yeah, the last place is you, so come on, pack your bags. And he's like, oh no, Sakanagi told him that he'll vote for me, she'll vote for me, this and that. And it's so hilarious to think about it. So basically what happened was Sakanagi came, told Yamauchi that, all right, you know what, you cooperate with me, I'll go out with you, if you conspire and vote out Ayano. She told that to him. And Yamauchi exactly did that. And she also told Yamauchi that, don't worry, I'll give you all the positive votes, my class will give you the positive votes. And she did the exact opposite. She told Yamauchi to vote, rally the votes for Ayano. However, I'm guessing she, after realizing that the whole ruse is out, that whole thing is out, the whole plan is just gone to shambles, she probably decided to vote, give all the positive votes to Ayano. And I'm pretty sure she would have done that either way, because as she said, the ones who should be in the port up until the very end should be the king. Who do you think is the king? At least in class C. Obviously, it's Ayano. You think Yamauchi is the king? Huh? Right. No. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she definitely gave all the positive votes, or her group gave the positive votes to Ayano. Either way, that was that. And then Yamauchi starts bashing out. He takes a chair and tries to attack Koenji. I love how Koenji riles him up. And he goes and tries to attack him, and Koenji's like, yeah, you want to fight me? Come on. And he immediately he just doesn't do it. And then there you go, that was that. And you can see in the next part where we get to see Katsuragi's section, you can see Katsuragi smiling because he probably had a plan to get all a positive votes and somehow get and gather the positive votes from other classes towards him, or somehow he probably had a plan to counteract. Maybe he, I don't think he was just ready to accept being expelled. I don't think that's why he was smiling. Maybe he had a counter plan, but then he realized that the other guy, what's his name, he got expelled, and he's like, wait, Sakanagi, why don't you focus on negative votes on me? And she's like, oh no, obviously not. And the answer is simple. Unlike Totsuka-kun, you're actually talented, bruh. I won't be so foolish to remove any valuable piece from my board. There you go. And that's the thing. And similarly, we get to see all the other classes, what has happened. Tosuka Yahiko, class A, B, none. Obviously, I was like, so wait, so at that point, I didn't know what happened with Ichinose. I was like, wait, so what happened with Ichinose's class? I can see none is written there, so she definitely used the points to buy them back. And Yamauchi Haruki, and then Manabe Shio. I didn't know who Manabe Shio was at that point, but the next scene immediately made me realize who it was. It was that girl who was talking crap to Ibuki. And then Ryuen comes in, and Ryuen's like, how did you do it? And then we get to see that scene, where Ichinose and and Ibuki, their whole group cooperated. And yeah, there you go. That's how we got Ruben back. And Ana's coach is like, "What are you going to do now, Ruben?" And he's like, "Who knows? We'll see." And that's where it ended. I really liked this episode. This was a really good episode. And yeah, I really liked that whole revelation in the end, how they did it, and that was really good. I really enjoyed this. And yeah, and like like I don't really. There's not really any type of character in this show that I hate. I really hated Ryuan back then, but Ryuan has gotten better after getting like punched multiple times by Anukoji. He's way more calmer now. He got the special treatment from Ayano Koji, and he's better now as a character. So in a way, if you think about it, I don't. There's not really any characters that I really disliked in this show or hated. But yeah, Yamauchi has been getting on my nerves for a few episodes, and today's episode was like the last point, and I'm like, yeah, this guy needs to go, and that's what happened. So yeah, and that is it. That was my reaction to this episode. Episode number, wait, what episode was this? 8. Yeah, episode number 8 of Classroom of the Elite Season 3. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to this channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, I'll check them out. That is it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Classroom of the Elite. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.